Haya, tosha sasa.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here's another chance to beat my face together with me as usual, and let's just get into the video. So the first thing that we are going to do is mattify our face because this is going to be a matte look. So we are going to use a mattifying primer from Maybelline, and this is just the Maybelline Fit Me mattifying primer. And I normally concentrate on the T-zone, but I normally sometimes just apply it all over my face. And then as usual, we are going to go to do our eyebrows. That's what I normally do first thing after priming. And I'm just using a pencil to outline the shape that I want. And then afterwards, I'm going to fill in that outline with like strokes, little strokes that look like hair. I've not really perfected how to do eyebrows, so you'll just have to bear with me. So basically, I'm just going back with a spoolie just to make sure that everything looks smart. Yeah. And then now I'm going to use an eyebrow wax, which is just made by this is actually by the brand Pastel. So it's an eyebrow mascara. Now this one normally just holds the eyebrows in place, and that's what I normally love using, and it's in the shade dark brown. Next, I'm just going to define my brows to make them more visible from my face, or to make them distinct from my face, and I'm just going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer in the shade Fawn, which is a few shades lighter than my normal skin tone, and that's because we want the eyebrows to be more visible. So I'm just going to outline the under eye only, not the under eye, but the under eyebrow only. And then I'm just going in with a brush just to make sure that everything is clean and blended properly so that you don't have any harsh lines anywhere. You can also define the upper part of your eyebrow if you want, but nowadays we just use like foundation just on the upper part of the eyebrow, so you don't have to like draw the upper part. But it's always your choice, you can always do that. But for me, I'm just going to like thoroughly clean this area with a brush to make sure that it's evenly blended. Next, I'm just going to prime my eyes for eyeshadow. And for primer, I'm going to use this concealer by Maybelline to act as an eyeshadow primer. So you want an eyeshadow primer that's slightly lighter than your normal skin tone, especially if you're going to use colors. Especially for us women of color, the colors might not be so visible if you just go in with the eyeshadow direct. But right now what I'm applying is actually the eyeshadow. I've already blended in the Maybelline primer. Concealer basically. I'm now just using some eyeshadows from the I Heart Revolution palette, the Turkish Delight palette by I Heart Revolution. That's the palette that I'm using to recreate this glam look, because it has some really shiny shades, as you're going to see. And the first shade that I used was just like an orangish shade. Yes, and I'm just spritzing some setting spray onto my brush so that it can pick up more eyeshadow. Then I'm just going in with sort of like a burgundy shade or a maroon shade into the corners of my eye, and that's what I'm just dabbing in, just trickling the corner of my eye, and then a lighter shade. Yeah, I'm just trying to basically wing out that burgundy before I apply the outer shade of eyeshadow. Then I'm going to apply a lighter shade, and in this case the lighter shade is sort of a shimmer eyeshadow. It's slightly shimmery and it's such an orangish shade. And then now I'm just going to apply like a glitter primer. That's a glitter primer that I got off AliExpress, and I'm applying it only in the inner corner of my eye because that's where the glitter is going to go. Now I'm applying a glitter shade in the inner corner of my eye. Those are just pure glitters. Yeah, that palette has some really nice glitters. After that, you'd probably want to blend everything nicely in. I'm not going to blend the glitter part, but I'm definitely going to blend the eyeshadows that I applied. So that's what I'm doing right now, so that everything is nicely blended and we don't have any harsh lines, because this is not a cut crease. And then next we're just going to line our eyes, and for eyeliner I'm using the Maybelline Kajal Argan Oil in extra black. So that's the one I'm using to line my waterline all around my eye, both my upper and lower waterline. Yeah, and as you can see, there's a huge difference once you've lined your eyes. The eyes pop. It's like it highlights the eyes. Yeah, so that there I've just done one eye, but in this video here I've done both eyes. And then after that I'm going to use another eyeliner by the brand Note. So this one is the one I'm going to use like to create my wing, because the Kajal one doesn't really create a wing really well. So I'm just going to use this liquid eyeliner by Note. And after creating the wing, I'm going to put on some lashes. And the lashes I've chosen are not very dramatic. They're just like normal lashes. Of course, we can't forget to do like the inner corner of our eye with black, just for that cheetah effect. And there is our eyes. As you can see, they are highlighted, they are visible, they are cute, they are hot. Yes. We're going to go to our skin. Right now, we are going to first start off with the concealer. I'm just going to apply the concealer and the foundation at the same time, because I don't want to like apply concealer, blend, then foundation, blend. I just want to blend them all at once. So the concealer that I'm using is the Superstay matte concealer in the shade Honey, I believe. And then what I'm going to use for foundation is the Maybelline Superstay matte foundation, and that's the shade Coconut, just plain coconut, not warm coconut. And now I'm just going to blend all those things in, starting with my concealer. So I start with the concealer, finish blending it, and then start blending the foundation. And I've just used a flat brush to blend the concealer, and then I'm going to use a normal brush to just like a flat topped brush to blend the foundation. So after blending, make sure that you blend thoroughly, because if you don't blend thoroughly, you might end up looking like a ghost. You might end up having lines. You might end up, you know, having two different shades of skin on your body. You definitely don't want like the two-toned body look, because it's usually so bad. So I'm just continuing to blend. Take your sweet time when it comes to blending until the foundation and the concealer look seamless, and like they also look like your skin tone, right? And then I'm just going to go in with a beauty blender. After I finish blending with the brushes, I normally use a beauty blender. And then now I'm just going to set my under eye with a brightening powder. I want my under eye to be so bright, so I'm using this Sacha Buttercup setting powder. And then I'm just going to apply concealer. This step is not necessary, because anyway, this is not a tutorial. This is a get ready with me video. And this I've applied concealer just to create like an even base for my lipstick. And then now I'm going to go in with a lip liner. And for lip liner, I'm just using the same pencil that I used to do my brows. It's a dark brown pencil. That's the one I'm using to line my lips. Then I'm gonna go in, because this is a glam look that is supposed to be like eye-catching and like glamorous and evening at the same time. I'm just going to go in with a red lipstick, and the lipstick that I'm using is by Maybelline. It's a Maybelline Superstay lipstick in the shade Voyager, if I'm not wrong. Was it Voyager? I believe it was Voyager, but I'll clarify for you guys. I'll write the name. And then after I've applied the lipstick, I'm just gonna go in with setting powder. But before I go the setting powder, I'm going to do my nose, and I'm just using a Makeup Revolution. What's it called? Is it a bronzer? Yes, that's the Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade Dark, and that's the one that I've used to contour my nose. So after contouring my nose is when I'm gonna set my entire face, just to create like an even face, you know. even face, yes, an even face, an even skin tone all over my face, because I'm going to apply the setting powder all over my face. Even the areas I had highlighted, I'm going to apply. Even the areas I had contoured, yeah, so that the contour can just peek through. Yeah. And then I'm just going to apply a highlight, I'm going to apply setting spray on my highlighter brush, so that it can pick the highlighter well. And the highlighter that I'm using is the NYX illuminating high glass in the shade Molten Gold. Is it Molten Gold? No, it's not Molten Gold. It's Golden Hour, yes, in the shade Golden Hour. So that's a NYX highlighter that I've used. And then I'm just going to apply setting spray all over my face. It's not necessary, but I have it, so why not? And then for the gloss, I'm just going to use this gloss by by Maybelline, and it's the lifter gloss in the shade Crystal. So that lifter gloss is everything, because this is a glam look. Like, that gloss is just gloss. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, so basically it's the lifter gloss in the shade Crystal. And then I'm just also going to contour my forehead with the same mega bronzer in the shade Dark. And then that's the final look, guys. What do you think about this look? Tell me in the comment section. Would you try it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Is it appalling? Yeah, tell me in the comment section. But I think it's a beautiful look that is just simple and glamorous. Thank you for watching.